In this section, I'm going to explain about filters and data formatting. Some of the topics are related to the string filters, number formatting, date formatting, table rendering, and bootstrap, how we can leverage the bootstrap. So I mentioned this one as the additional template. Actually, there are still a lot. Okay? There are still so many templates in Jinja. And every template has functions and have benefits. I cannot explain all the things in this semester, so I will just select the important templates for you. So for this section, I'm just going to focus on the items like string, number, date, and table. Okay, if you want to explore more, please check the official website of FastAPI. You can try to figure out what you need for your web development. And also we will learn on how to leverage Bootstrap in the HTML. For this project, I'm going to create a new Python file, main4.py. And then for the HTML file, I will create another project name. I will create a directory named Bootstrap. And then there will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, there will be 6 files to explain each of the filter or the additional template, which is string, number, date, and table. As you know, we have home and base. So base will be the master layout, and home will be the main page. Okay, now the text is getting longer. Okay. So please try to set up in your computer in good structure. So I'm going to create the main4.py. Main4.py. And this is the code. Because it is too long, so I set up into 2 sections, so the left and the right. First, just copy and paste on the left panel. After that, you can additionally copy the right panel. So the right panel, just put on the bottom part of the code. So if you look at the structure, okay, in PyCharm, you can see the structure. So you can click on the left panel structure, and you can see the structure of your main4.py. It contains of app. App is the object app that you created, and then templates. Templates is the object template that also you create this one. But later on, you need to change this one. Okay, you need to change this one into the correct directory. And then you have home. This is the function home. To go to the home.html, we have the string page. So this is the string page to go to the string.html. This is the number page, date page, and table page. So based on this structure, we can understand where is this content, where is the location, and which part that we need to call. Okay, so now we have a little bit longer contents for the code. I guess when you do with your final project, it will be longer. Okay, but I will try to make it compact as much as possible for the example. For the home, I guess you already know. Yeah, we just need the request, and then we need to call the HTML file, which is home, and we need to define the context. In this case, we don't have any data. And then the string, we still also use the request, and then the page name will be string.html, and then we have one variable, name is of. The number, we have a function number of bits, and then we will use the request and go to the number.html, and then the variable name is price, and this is the value. For date, yeah, we are using the date.html, and we are calling the function datetime. So the function datetime now means I'm using the datetime library to get the current time. Now means the current time. And table. So for the table, I'm using the table.html for the display. And then I'm going to use this data. So the data, I have name Alice and the score is 90. I have name is Bob and the score is 75. And I have another student name, which is Charlie, and the score is 50. So it is a kind of list. Okay, the data is in the list, and in this list we have dictionary. So I think I don't need to explain to you about what is list, what is dictionary. I hope that you already understand the Python. In this dictionary, we have two keys, name and score, name and score, name and score. Okay. Now I need to create this file in the Bootstrap. Sorry, Bootstrap. Yeah, I have a lot of typos over here. So as we know, when we set up this into a particular folder, so we need to change the directory name. I want to change the directory name. This is originally for the templates. Let's just change to Bootstrap. And then I'm going to make another directory. The directory name is Bootstrap. And then as I put here, there will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So let's create those 6 files. This.html, home.html, and then string.html, number.html, date.html, and then the last one is table.html. Okay, once we finish with this, now let's move on to each of the file. So the first file, it is this.html. So we can use the Bootstrap. Okay, we will take a look more on the Bootstrap later. The base.html, it is the Bootstrap. I will just paste the code here. And then the second one, it is the home.html. I will just copy and paste at this moment. I will explain one by one. And then the string.html. And then next is the number.html. And then we have date. Oh, we have date.html. And the last one is table.html. Okay. So everything is already here. And now let's take a look how we can see the result. This is using the main for the ty. Okay, I'm going to set up the configuration. Now I'm going to set up the main for the ty. Let me run. Something like that. Wait, there's an error here. The element title is not closed. Okay. So I think I missed one. So if you have this kind of error, okay, you can see in the PyCharm, they give you the error message here. At the top, right? Yeah, you can see there is one error, one warning, and two typos. So one error, one warning, and two typos. So if you go to the error message here, you can see there is a red text on the bottom bar, and then you can see the error message. Element title is not closed. Yeah, element title is not closed. So if there is any error message like this one, yeah, please check. Okay, where is this one? We know title will be on the top. Okay, title. Yeah, this one I need to make a close. Okay, then now everything is correct. It seems it is correct. Okay, that's correct. Okay, whenever you have the error, please do not be so panic. Okay, so try to find out what is the error. You know, in PyCharm, they are still giving you the error message, so you can check the error message once you have the kind of errors. Now, we can see there are several sections here: home, string, number, date, and table. Okay, let's check one by one. Let's go to the home. So maybe let's close all tabs for easy. Now I'm going to home. Okay. In the home, first we will see that it extends the base.html. And then we have block title and we have block content. Okay, title and content. For the content, it is using a cut. Okay, what is cut? If you look at this one, it is using one div. And then we are using class. So this class, it is from the bootstrap. So where is the bootstrap? Because we are extending the base.html, let's take a look on the base. On the base, here we use the title. We have the block title. And last 2 weeks, I explained to you about the bootstrap. And at the time, we are using the CDN, the Content Delivery Network. So this is the Content Delivery Network that we can use for the bootstrap. Now the bootstrap is version 5. So I'm using the newest one. And after we call this CDN, we can use any class from the Bootstrap. For example, in this body section, I'm going to use the class container empty4. So this is the definition on the Bootstrap. There is a container, and then empty4 means you look at this one. They want to set up this environment into form section. Okay. Maybe if you want to know more details, you can go to the Bootstrap, but let me just give you this. Let's say if I omit this one, okay, what happened? Now you can see a little bit higher than the previous one. So they are having some kind of matrix. If you have form like this one, so they split the column into like 4 sections. The text center. So we are putting this one into the center, the Fast API Engine demo. And then MB4. This is also another kind of like putting on the section with some space. Okay? If I omit this one, you can see some space already eliminated or already removed. And the navigation here, it is from the page.html. If it is just home, we can go directly to home. And then we have button secondary. Okay, so I will explain later about the button secondary. So this is the button secondary. And then we have button primary for the string. So this is button primary for the string. We have button success for number. So we have button green color for number. And then button warning for the day. Then we can see the day with warning or yellow color. And the last part is button dark for the table. And we have a black color for the table. After we have this navigation on the page, we want to set up the content. But this content will be on every section. So this content will be at the home, it will be on a string, will be on number, on the table, and on the date. So let's go one by one. At the home, you extend the page, the title is home, and the content will be this one. So the content on the home is just the word welcome, and then select a topic to explore the Jinja. And then this is just order list. Sorry, unordered list, UL. Okay. I think you already know this was an unordered list. Yes, unordered list will be in the list group. So this is the class from the Bootstrap. And it will show the list group item, list group item, list group item, and list group item. So you can see that this is the list group item. Now my question is, how about if I don't use this one? Okay, let me just remove this. Remove this. Okay. What you can see is the display is not good. Okay. So when you put the class in the Bootstrap, there are some class that you can utilize to make the front end or the HTML file will be in the fancy page. Okay? And yeah, there are so many things about this class in Bootstrap, so you can check this on the library at the Bootstrap. Next is about string. Okay. So maybe before that one, let me just go to the next section. So this is the examples when you run the code. Now, this is the Bootstrap that I want to share to you. In the Bootstrap, they have some classes. So they have the primary, success, info, warning, danger, and other things. If it is primary, then they will put the blue color. Okay, so this is the primary. It is blue color. If it is secondary, they will put the gray color. If it is success, they will put the green color. If it is danger, they will put the red color. Warning, it is yellow. Info is the light blue. Light, then it is just white. And dark, it is dark or black. So you can use these components for the button. And I'm using some of them into the previous. So you can see this is the secondary, this is the primary, success, warning, and dark. So this is the class access in the Bootstrap. Next, about the string. So on the string, it is to manipulate. It is to manipulate the characters into some other string format. So I have my data. My data is using the variable name. And then I want to show something with different characters. For example, I'm using upper. So if I split this separator, so when I print name, let's use upper. So this upper, it is the string component. So convert all characters to uppercase. If you are using title, then convert all characters to, sorry, I think this is an opposite. If you use title, you will capitalize the first letter of the word. Sorry, I have the different order. If you use the title, so you can see the capitalize the first letter. If you use lower, then converts all characters to the lowercase. If you use length, so I want to know the number of characters in the string. And if I have any kind of format like replace, so I can replace the characters in the string. Now I'm just explaining only three. Okay, so if you want to try, yeah, you can try by yourself or the other kind of string format. Actually, those string format, it follows the Python syntax. So if you want to know more, you can check the remaining function in the string formatting. So the result here, if you click the string, the original is half. When you use upper, it comes half. When you use title, only the first letter will be uppercase, but the remaining will be lowercase. If you use lower, then everything will be in the lowercase. For example, if I want to make more complicated text, so the name is not half, but let's say I make Hankook University of Foreign Studies. Okay. Now let's see. So I need to rerun this. Yeah, if you change something on the server, you need to rerun for a better processing. So the original is Hanguk University of Foreign Studies. When you put the upper, then all the things will be in the uppercase. When you put the title, then everything will be on the capital for the first character. So for example, here, off. Okay? So here is still lowercase, but we can see this becomes uppercase. And if you put the lowercase, then all the things will be in the lowercase. Okay? So this is the string formatting. The next is about the numbering. So the template for number is to manipulate the numerical values into some proper numerical format. For example, if you want to show a financial data. So in the financial data, maybe you have price. So I want to show the decimal. As you know, in some countries like US, they put the cent into only 2 digits. So in Korea, we don't have any decimal. Then if I want to put 2 decimal values or 2-digit values after the comma, then you can just put the %.2f, and then we want to format the price. If you want to put the comma after some thousands, so here it is to convert the numeric values with only 2 decimal values. So the 2f means I'm going to put the values as the float, and then 2 decimal values after the comma. For this one, converts the numerical values with thousands separator. So if you have the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then it will be converted into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for the financial perspective, it is better. So if we look at the example number, yeah, we have the original price like this one, and then 2 decimal. Then I will just limit into 2 numbers after the decimal or after the comma, and then I will put the comma separator as the thousands. So if I have, for example, let me put a longer value, 7, 8, 9, like this one. And for this separator will be better in terms of the thousands. Then I know that this is 123,456,789. Okay. If you don't use this one, maybe people confused about the numbering. Next is what date. Date formatting is also another important issue. For example, in Korea, we always use the date or the numbering Y, M, DD. It means we start from the year. So for example, today is 2026, and then it is March 03 and 25. So this is the format in Korea. But if you go to Indonesia, we will use the format date first, and then month, and then year. If you go to US, they will have the month first, and then they have the date, and at the end they have the year. Okay. So some countries, of course, they have another preferences. So you need to find out what are the good preferences for the date formatting. In the database, you can put those formats, but when you deal with the HTML, then you need to figure out what is the good formatting. Now, for example, I'm using the now, which is the current day, and I'm going to put the format like this one, YYYY So the current time, now I would like to change to the string format time, and the format will be %y, %m, and %d. So percent indicates this is the format for the year, %m is to indicate the format for the month, and %d, it is the format for the day. And we can use another kind of formatting, for example, %b, %d, comma, %y. So if you look at the result for the date, so today is 25 March of 2026, and this is the time 11:31. And then with the YYYYMMDD, then the format will be 2026, 3 and 31. And then, yeah, if you use the US format, you will use the March 25th and then the year 2026, like this one. So some formatting will be useful. Yeah, if you want to know more, then you can check this one. If you're using the %h, then the time will be also shown, and it will be 24-hour clock. If you're using the %h, it is different. It is about the name of month. So the name of month will be abbreviated. So like for example, January, February, December, you just use the 3 characters. If you use the %s, it is about the second. If you are using the %s with small letter, it is seconds using the unique epochs. So they have a kind of standard for this kind of date time formatting. Okay, please check what are the good format or what are the good syntax for you to use. For example, yeah, if you want to use the day of the day, Sunday, Monday, Saturday, then you need to use %8. If you use %b, this is the full month name, January, February. If you use %i, you can see the clock. If you use %d with small d, it is the day of the month. If you use the %y, it is 4 digits of the year. If you use %y with small y, it is only 2 digits of the year. If you use the %m, it is month in decimal. If you use %m with the big M, it shows the minute. Okay, so this is the format, and maybe you don't need to memorize this one because it is too complicated. But if you need other things, you can check from the library. So the last one is only about the table. Okay. So the table, I cannot show all the things, but let's see from the code. If you look on the table, we have 3 data. So what are the 3 data? We have name, Alice, we have name, Bob, and we have name, Charlie. And we have the column score, this is 90, 75, and 50. But when we show it into this table, I can see the status. So how we can show the status? We don't have the data. So please take a look on the code. Now let's go to the table.html. So on the table.html, yeah, here we use the base.html. It is to extend. And then we have the title. This is the table rendering. And then this is the content. So what content? I am just using the table from the Bootstrap. They have the class table, table border, and table stripe. And then this is the header. Okay, so you can define also the class for the table, whether you want to have dark or you want to have success and etc. So you can see if you are using dark, then color will be dark. If you set up with some other, for example, you already know a little bit about the Bootstrap. For example, this one. You have primary, secondary, success. So those are the original or the standard class name. So let's say I'm going to use the primary. So I'm changing the dot into primary. Then it will change to blue. Okay. So once you know the name of the class, and if you know some of the standard from the Bootstrap, you can change the class name and the color name is on that standard. And then you can check. Yeah, this is the header. We have one row. Yeah, this is the heading, number, name, score, and status. And then we have the S in students. So students is our data in the main.py. This is the students. And I want to check each of the data. So for the row, I'm going to create based on the index, which is the index of the data, 1, 2, and 3. And then I'm going to put the title of the name. Oh, sorry, I want to get the name of the student as the name. It means I am using the S. S is the data that I'm going to check from the students dot name. So it indicates the name, which is Alice. I'm using S dot score. So I'm using the score value of this particular data. So I'm using the score and I want to show 1 digit after the comma. And that's why we can see the score is 90.0. The original score, we just have the integer value, but at the code, we want to put 1 digit after the comma. Now, for the next column, I have the condition. If the score is higher than 80, okay, let's have this span. Okay, I hope that you still remember we learned about div and span on the HTML section. This is the block element and inline element. So div is a block element, is one block, and a span, it is inline element. So inside the table, we want to put a patch. The patch will use the success. So the success, what is the color of the success? It's green. Okay, then you can see now it shows in a green color. And the text will be good. If a score is higher than 60, then we print the text average and the background will be the wording and the text will be dark. Okay, so you can change. If you want to change this text into white, yeah, that's the original. But now I'm using the text equals to dark or black color. And the last part, If the condition is not true for all those, then let's put the pets with the background danger. And let's put the name is poor. So we can get here. If the score is higher than 80, 90, then it is good. If higher than 60, it is average. If it is not, then the status is poor. So after you have the if, don't forget to put the and if. And after you have the for, do not forget to put the and for. Because this for and this and for will allocate especially for the table. Okay. So if you are using a table, then it means we know that one row, okay, this is one row means this is one data. Okay. So that's all that I can explain to you. So we learn at least for three things: the control flow, the inheritance and filter, and some of the variations. Okay, any questions? No question. Then